So I've seen a small bit of this so far. It's effectively a twin. Well, I mean, they outright say it's a twin stick slasher. So all I've done so far is bounce against some walls and try some of the basic attacks. It seems that there is at least just a light and a heavy. A few different weapons I've seen so far. Let's hop on through. So yeah, this is basically like here's how you take stuff out. Well, that's kind of nice. I like that they do the sort of like introductory like walk up as well. Hey, Cabby. All right, I wonder what that's gonna do for me. You probably can't. You got to do full charge. Oh, that's a really excellent way to start this. Oh my god, are we right in here? We are. Okay. Okay, so it seems like you always have something basic. Always some, like, standard weapon. There's no, like, running to find a weapon. Is there any, like, wait to spawn? I'd imagine a chunk of it is going to end up being, like, letting enemies pile up and getting that break. Yeah, I think a chunk of it is trying to is basically letting stuff stack, building a combo, and getting your weapon to break. That's my guess so far. There we go. So one thing that's kind of interesting, and you don't see that often, is not only do they have online leaderboards, which is, somewhat standard fare, but not a lot of games give you the option to download a replay of anybody on the leaderboard. And I'm kind of curious what, once I've had a bit of time to experiment with this, what are the high-end players doing? There we go, okay. There's our first death. You only know of esports titles that allow you to download other people's games? Yeah, I don't know of many. I'm trying to think of, like, I know there's like a shmup or two that allows you to do it, but I definitely don't think it's common. Oof. Yeah, this picks up way quicker than some other more like arena-style, arcade-style. I mean, I can't necessarily call this a shmup, per se. I guess it, because it's, it's somewhat instead a slasher. But, other games that are reminiscent of this. I have a way to go. So this game isn't out yet. It should be out, I believe. I might be getting some dates mixed up. I gotta look this back up. I think it's coming out this week. Pretty confident. I have a couple of dates scrambled in my head now, and I'm realizing I can't remember which is which. The chatbot should get around to it, though. I'm pretty sure the chatbot has it listed. Kind of prefer that once you get good. Yeah, like, if any games that that basically say the better you do early on, the quicker the game moves, the better. Like, I tend to prefer that, because, man, like, sometimes you have these longer startups in these, like, arcade-style games. Anything you can do to let a good player bypass that, the better. You know, let them just charge right out of the gate. Kind of wanting more stuff to spawn on me, though. 24th, okay. 24th is one of the dates I was looking at. I couldn't remember which is which, though. I'm wondering if breaking your weapon is also clears projectiles. It seems like it might. So I remember I was reading a bit about this, and you know what it was? It was on Twitter. I believe there was a post saying that the weapon breaking mechanic was somewhat inspired by Breath of the Wild. And Breath of the Wild, you know, when you break your weapon, especially when you throw it into breaking it, you get a pretty decent boost in damage. Interesting to find basically like such a different style of game inspired like that. I don't know what that... Oh, it wasn't anything. It was just, okay. There was this spinning orange thing off to the side. I wasn't sure what it was. Oh, you know what? Okay, so now I see what they're talking about. There was something that was mentioned earlier where you basically have some sort of, like, weapon upgrade system. And that's what it is. Ah, okay. Those are delayed. Okay. Careful. Alright. It seems like we got some warming up to do. This kind of reminds me, the pacing of this kind of reminds me of Devil Daggers. Very, very similar. The fact that it kind of just, it starts and then just kind of gets out of control real quick. Yeah, really, really quick iteration. You're not forced to wait through anything. I think for games like this, it's kind of important. I wonder how long you can hold on to this charge. Like, so you know, I would be sitting basically waiting as long as I can for stuff to stack up on me. Does it ever go away? Because if it doesn't, you could just let this sit for a while. Like, let stuff spawn in. Get some giant waves going. Because, like, focusing on dodging isn't going to be that big of a deal. Okay. I wonder if there's any sort of dash, though. Oh, there's a throw? What? Okay. Not see that in the tutorial. There you go, yeah. Oh, that makes it so much safer then. Have I looked at Bullet for a minute? I know of it. I haven't seen it though. Somebody was mentioning it in the Discord, I think. Ooh, careful. Don't think I want the sword yet. Kind of fine with the speed of this. What is that? Oh. I see. So those are a problem. Ah, okay. Stoon needs Crypt of the Necrodancer? Ah, okay, yeah, that's why it sounded familiar. Oh, okay. Much better, though. I'm starting to get it a bit. Pick up plus charge to increase your charge level. Can only cause a break when your weapon is charged. Let me take a quick look. Is there a listing of the controls? Let's see. Heavy attack and throw, okay. Yeah, it's probably not unreasonable that I could top the leaderboard tonight. With the way the scoring works, it's just probably going to require a really good run to get a few 100,000 and then just go from there. Okay, now that I'm looking at the bottom of the screen when I get those pickups, there's something going on to, I think, boost the strength of your charge or something. Like, maybe every swing... I'm not sure. Yeah, something is filling up my charges. Yeah, I'm not sure holding onto it is going to be super important right away. Yeah, they're definitely filling up the charge. I'm just not sure if, like, you can hold on to it and collect some more, or if you want to pop the charge right away. Like, so far I'm not seeing exactly what I want to do there. Probably would have helped if I read a little bit before I started up. Usually it's somewhat difficult for me to get, like, to find any time, especially on a weekday, to do a lot of reading up on stuff. So usually it's like jump straight into a stream, errands, and sleep. Those sort of like charging berserker style dudes are tough. Kind of liking the spear the most so far. Oh, here we go. I would rather take the... Maybe not. I was gonna say I'd rather take the sort of dagger-looking thing, but this is fine, too. Oh, jeez. These little nuke-looking dudes. Yeah, you do something. There's some sort of maxing out of your weapon. Yeah, yeah. 100%. There's some sort of leveling up that you can do in the weapon. And I'm not, like, super sure. I think it's basically, like, how much can you build it up? That's what it is. So you pick up those like, chargy dots. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I see. And then you get the max. So that's part of the reason. So you're trying to go back and forth between hitting that break on the biggest amount of enemies, the biggest targets you can get. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, so you basically kill as much as you can in one hit, with the resulting pickups, charge your weapon as much as you can, and then loop back into basically, like, clearing as much as you can, forcing as many spawns as you can, and then breaking again. And I think there is a point, there must be a point where you start looping this and it just gets nuts. It seems like at the beginning you might not want to break right away. You might want to get a bigger weapon and wait. It's hard to say. Like, now that I know where I can break and how I can benefit from it, maybe just sit and let it go. And then, like, break like this. Then you get a bunch of pickups. But I guess there is some multiplier stuff going on, too. I don't know. Well, I'm already leveling it up a lot, just like this. Yeah. I think there might be something to the idea that I had. Yeah, this is starting to sound somewhat right. Then I just, like, group them up, get a big break, pick up all the resulting stuff from it. Yeah, notice if I get a couple upgrades from that. And I'm guessing the resulting breaks must be bigger, too. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, see? And I think you just loop that over and over again. There we go, there we go. I think that's what they expect. Nah, I've already maxed it up again. And then you just wait. Don't know exactly where you get your best score, though. Ooh, there it is, okay. Multipliers are additive. The pickup ones seem to be. Oh, all right. Okay, doing better. Getting up there. I haven't quite figured out the overall scoring load. Is it better to break? Is it better to swing? So far, I don't know yet. It seems like the higher level that you get, the larger break you get, but I'm not super sure. It's hard to say. It's okay, so one thing I'm seeing is that maybe it's better to kill stuff sooner in succession to build the multipliers sooner. It's really hard to say. That definitely wasn't worth it because I missed. Yeah, it's definitely getting smaller breaks, and that's not happening so much. But I'm getting more multipliers sooner. I kind of feel like certain enemies are more likely to give multiplier than others. I'm not. It's so hard to say. So there's 28 already in max charge. Oh, bad idea. Okay. It trons you. That's what's going on with those missiles. I was trying to figure out what was going on. The missiles lock you in. Also notice there was a 2x drop. Not just ones. Yeah, definitely way bigger. Way bigger on the bigger charges. Ah, those are trying to do that too. Those nuke things are trying to lock you in. Can't see where I am. Okay. It's funny though how the way that dying works kind of gives you the ability to come back real quick. Maybe not in the multiplier, but you get your charge up, and you can get your break going really quick. Oh man, the movement patterns for some of these enemies are really nasty. Like they've got that like clever simplicity. They do something very much like what Pac-Man does, where every ghost in Pac-Man has a different behavior, but the combination makes them super dangerous. I think I'm gonna wait a little bit longer. Yeah, so there was a breakdown of some of the effects that they had, and there's a lot of thought put into to like a lot of the smaller stuff with this game that you wouldn't necessarily expect. Okay, you know what it is? You know what it is? I think you want to target the bigger enemies just to get the multipliers of them. I think that's where you get those. Hey, Kalia. Yeah, it does. You see him coming off all the big ones. There was an effect showing some like some of the break effects and everything, and how they were combining all the different things that were happening, like all of the like screen change, like all of the shockwave, all the distance effect, some of the like the visual player to make it satisfying, some stuff showing directionality. There was a bunch of stuff they showed in like in a tweet somewhere or something that was just super smart. Okay, now I need to let stuff build up a little bit. It's funny though, it's interesting seeing some stuff about like even that the certain enemies basically make you want to not bother, like those zoos. They make you not want to bother breaking right away because you're just going to create a big giant from a bolus to deal with. So it's like there's a bit of strategy to that too. So you got to be careful with that. And then the nuke dudes make you not want to bother browsing around so much, because if you do, you don't have as much room to move around. Only break and get rid of missiles? No, you can kill them directly. It's just harder. Because you can't shoot the trail or anything. That's gonna be a little bit lossy. These dudes. Ah, okay. Oh. I kind of wanted to get a shield rather than anything else, but that's fine. Oh, those missiles are so nasty, just because of what they're trying to do. The way they move is just so good at corralling you in. They seem to try to get next to you and get to the side. Like, they're still trying to hit you, but if they don't, then it's still fine. They're really fast, nasty dudes. Use some more spawns. Here we go. Oh, these guys are so durable. Wonder how you kill them. Maybe they're just really strong. Ooh, getting stuck. Getting a little stuck. Oh, they shield guys too. The sort of like racing sound for the missiles is great. Couldn't be a weapon type thing? I'm not aware of that yet. But maybe. Maybe I need a spear. There were some shield guys you could only hit from, I guess, from behind or with a break. I'm not sure which. Is it always anything bigger than the green guys who drops a multiplier? No, those guys drop weapons. Oh, whoops. I'm gonna restart. Yeah. I could probably go for like a press and hold restart button. Any of the unused buttons. Maybe always a new weapon for those dudes? Maybe. Oh, you know what? Switching might... Oh, that would be an interesting mechanic. Switching might always give you a decent charge, so it's worth it switching just for that. And then you're forced to get variety, and I was wondering how they would encourage that if you found a weapon that you really liked. I don't think they always drop a weapon. I think they have a really high chance of dropping something. Oh, I think if it's the same weapon, you get a little bit of extra charge for it. I think? It's hard to say. Well, that wasn't where... That didn't break like I wanted. Be careful. Select this quick restart. Oh no, on a PS4 controller where the touchpad on Steam doesn't work as well as I wanted to. Where the normal select button is all tiny. What's my thoughts on the Microsoft ZeniMax deal? I mean, it sounds kind of like what you would expect. It sounds very much like a, you know, very like, I don't know. Somebody was saying earlier, I think maybe the best way to sort of reflect on my thoughts of it is like, somebody was saying earlier something to the effect of like they were saying something like, considering some of the Xbox games end up getting on PC, they don't have the same experience with PlayStation games. So, you know, like, they don't feel like it's so much incentive to buy an Xbox. That maybe Microsoft is feeling that too. I don't know. I guess when it comes to like developers that have a very like console focus, or you know, big AAA console releases, considering I've spent so much time with indie games, like almost everything I play nowadays is indies. I just can't find the experiences that I enjoy in AAA anymore. I guess I don't pay as much attention. I don't even know if I should, or like, I certainly don't. I don't know if it matters to me. I don't know. A lot of those sorts of questions. Wow, I get like you go from a spear to more of almost like a I don't know how to explain it. One of those like not quite trident. What do you call them? Not a Yari. Life of me, I can't remember what they're called. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I guess like business decisions in the AAA space don't really mean anything to me anymore. Like, if the games that I enjoyed were coming out of AAA developers and were primarily on consoles, then I maybe would be thinking about it more. I feel like it's kind of one of the things that's kind of happened for me lately. Like, in the past, I don't know, few years, I would say almost since, like, Dark Souls 2 and Dark Souls 3 era, of, like, I'm not, like, as... When I realized that I'm not the primary demographic for a lot of the games that I play, like, for example, especially Dark Souls, it's like, oh, no, but, like, the build-crafty Dark Souls PvPer is not the primary demographic of Dark Souls, you know? And when that clicked for me, and I realized that like I'm not on their radar for those developers, then it sort of became like, why do I just thrive in a space that enjoys me playing their games, and that's indies for the most part. Not that I don't plan to play AAA games, I guess, but you gotta hook me, you gotta get me, and you know, where's the games that I like? Jerp, you have no idea who the demographic is for Dark Souls? It's some specific thing that is hard to quantify. Ah, damn you, Tron missiles. I was doing okay. I did beat my high score though, I'm almost in the 100k range. Oh, I can't, like, spawn kill some of them. Oh. You stop that. So, you know what it is? It's those shieldy dudes aren't showing up anymore. The big zones of, whatever they're called. The ones that you have to go take out on your own. I'd love to get my pickups. Here we go. Well, I wasn't expecting them to show up. Any multipliers? No. Okay, so part of the reason why you want to get your weapon level up is because you seem to do better at higher weapon level against those bigger like those dudes, yeah. Or no, maybe spear. Oh, there. You know what it is? You might be right. Maybe there is some sort of weapon specific thing going on. Spears are crushing these dudes. Shoot missile. Ah, you blocked my throw? What? Get out of here. They're slow to turn, though. Ah, okay. You're right, though. There is some sort of weapony thing happening. 100%. Oh, look at all my stuff. So we already got 100,000 pretty early on. Oh, those drop threes too. Wow, okay. Ah, freaking missiles. Get out of here. Alright, we're probably up on the ladder, are we? We're 20. We jumped up 10. Okay, so yeah, 600,000 is not seeming unreasonable anymore. Not at all. Yeah, I wonder if maybe... oh, I bet. If that whole mechanic makes sense, if that's done in a way that would make sense in my head, then I bet you the hammer is good against the shield dudes, the ones that block from the front. I bet it's a very good, like, guard pressy kind of weapon. Or maybe heavy attacks are better. You know, like a heavy attack with the axe, maybe there's some variance to that. This is surprisingly well thought out. Especially if that happens to be the case, then that's something. Some of them might be just like the way the weapons are set up too, like the twin kind of dagger type weapons. Those maybe those are just good for clearing out waves of smaller enemies, just because of how quick they are. Like, daggers here should be really good, right? Especially because there's a little bit of hit stop, which means you can focus and read as you spam. Like, you're not swinging into chaos, so to speak. It slows down a little bit while you hit. Oh, damn it. Well, when I say that, I blinked for a second. Ah, I had to miss. I had to miss. No. These are like priority number 1. Oh, I see. So there is a bit of piercing you can do. So you sometimes want to just keep it and let it pop when it's close to you. Yeah, it's definitely the case. Yeah, throwing it is not always the best option. Oh, hey, 2-shot those guys. Okay. 2-shot with a hammer. Oh no, okay. Alright. Wow, I've got a ways to go. Gotta remember that the axe is so slow. Like when you're used to when you finish up a run with like either the daggers or with a spear, and you switch right up to the axe, it's like, wow, this is like, it's a bit of an adjustment to make. Oh, you know what? The heavy attacks, I think, take 2. Yep, so it seems to always be 2 if it connects. That's worth knowing. 2 bars around, yeah. So if you wanna pop it sooner, it's worth doing. Yep, always 2. And it takes it on the first hit, not the second one, okay. So sometimes you just want to clear space, sometimes you want to pop your weapon, and you can get to it a little faster with the heavies. The heavies are slower, obviously, but you have a bit of... there's a bit of play with it. throwing is kind of a nice way to get a quicker hit with the hammer. Ooh, okay. I would like to get a better weapon. Yeah, I'm getting like really bad breaks and no new weapon yet. Here we go. That's more like it. Okay. Oh, it was close. Okay. Back to the axe. I can work with this. I'm gonna let more stuff spawn, I think. Except for that dude. That dude's gotta go. Ah, crap. More score though. Look at okay, so almost 200,000 on the first life. Yeah, that was a bad break. Need more of the green guys to spawn, but not like that. Not like that. This is fine, okay. At least I have a big weapon again. Try to get this guy out of the way first. If I can. Maybe not. It's one. Get shoe. Oh, careful. Yeah, this is the loop I think they want you to get into. Oh, jeez. Not messing around with those nukes. Okay. Alright. Good, though. $15. Alright. 15 on the... 15 out of 108 so far. I think I can get to number 1. It's gonna need a really good run. Oh, you know what? If you want to break early, you want to hit a few enemies at a time with each swing. Like, check this out. So I want to just, like, barely tap a couple. Yeah, that's what they want. And then get ready to break, like this. Alright, let's restart. But I think that there must be something to that. And that's why they show it flashing blue at 2 bars. Because then you can do a heavy into it. Or a throw. Interesting thing about the throw is that each enemy hit seems to degrade part of the throw. Like the weapon degrades like as it goes through enemies. Just kind of waiting now to get my... There we go. It's a good start. Now I have a much heavier charge, and we're already at this point. Okay, I definitely... So yeah, you can get the game moving really, really quick. Just by ignoring stuff at the very beginning. Let it stack. I'll let it build up a bit more. Yeah, a little bit of a clump. There we go, yeah. They start throwing out like a much bigger group at you. It's interesting seeing like the way that the feedback in this works. Of just like everything is building up to this, and it's really satisfying. I'm surprised how satisfying it can be. You know, I think throws have a bigger break to them. Kind of thinking that. Careful. Lots of, so not only you get full weapon, but you get a multiplier really quick when you do that. And you just gotta worry about managing the couple enemies that are really tricky. I gotta start throwing more. That's the trick. It's keeping it while you let everybody build up. Ah, yeah. Okay. Alright. This definitely won't be the run, but It's definitely looking like... It's looking like I have an understanding of what I'm trying to do here. What that spear? Not gonna get it. If I can get a hammer, though... Nah. If I could get a hammer, though... To leave these guys alone. It's like a full screen break. Wow, okay, hammer's got some damage. Holy crap. Ah, stupid. It's always the missiles. It's always going to be the missiles. Those are so nasty. Seems like there's some score breakpoints people are hitting. Notice how long I was sitting at like 20 and then 15? I wonder if there's some basically like hard points in this game that become very difficult to get moving. Like 200,000, 80,000, something in that range. Where people tend to slow down a bit. I wouldn't, you know, there definitely, like, seems to be a couple of points where, new enemies start to show up, like, in droves. So you might be right. Maybe, maybe certain multipliers, maybe? Jeez. Is that okay? That's not okay. So that'll take you straight to the restart screen, but it won't default to yes. So select will. Kind of debating what the best strategy is here. Should I like try to get the bigger enemies first, ignoring the smaller ones, trying to get multiplier up? Or should I let everybody sit and just do breaks? I guess multiplier would get me moving faster. Oh, you know what? Dagger might be one of the better ways to, because you have so many swings required. I'm not sure that's per weapon level, actually. There's some way to get your swings required up, and that might just be because of the dagger. I'm not super sure. But there's definitely something that is better for getting your weapon charge up. Not incredibly clear on what it is yet. And Dagger seems to be really good at it. Ah, damn it. I hate you, missiles. Killing me. Dagger makes... Yeah, like Dagger's like quickest for clearing stuff out. For sure. Like if you need a space in front of you. Like just to do a quick sweep. Hammer seems to have a lot of pushback for the bigger enemies, though. For the stuff it doesn't kill, I think it might be a better choice. You just have to manage the second swing being, like, real slow. Ah, damn it. That's... Stuff coming off the screen is a struggle for me. You want the weapons to matter in terms of crowd control? There is a bit, yeah. Like, some of the stuff is like, if you need to hit a certain enemy at a distance, the spear is definitely the best way to go. Daggers are best for the smaller, lighter enemies. Hammer seems to be better for some of the bigger, chunkier enemies. Depending on what you want to get to and what you want to hit. Yeah, you can't just hide the corner and swing. Sword seems to be a mix between the daggers and the spear, because you get that extra hit at the end. Axe seems to be pretty standard as well. Like, not great range. Seems to be another somewhat balanced weapon. Like, I almost kind of like Axe in this case ends up being the balanced weapon, where Sword is the hybrid weapon. Yeah, you definitely get a bit more charges by picking up a weapon. 100%. There we go. Seems like a full charge is a room wipe. Against anything that's not shielded anyways. Oh, it had to? Really? It went right through everything? Come on. Oh. I only got that because of the break and nothing else. Okay, that's starting to help. There we go. Ah, no break. Can't catch a break. There we go. There we go. I was trying to push for that break as quickly as I can get it. There's 250,000. Need to look for the other shield dude. Yeah, there seems to always be a second one at this point. Really want to get another weapon, not be stuck with the hammer. At a low charge. Axe is fine too. Okay. Get the nukes out of the way. Oh, I hate you, nuke. Killing me. 400,000 though. Those guys are like break resistant is what it is. Jeez. Come on, he's gonna break. He's gonna break. Okay, another big break. Weapon max again. These things gotta go. Broke from within, which is good. Gives me a lot of breathing room. think we're gonna break the record here. Yeah, there it is. That's the record right there, I think. Yeah, I figured there would be the sort of chain reaction kind of behavior to this, and I think I'm right. Maybe go for $1 million? Had a couple lives left. These guys are so resistant. Spear will be good though. Oh man, look at that giant cache of stuff I missed. Ooh, that's not good. Okay, alright. I think I can get $1 million. Doesn't seem unreasonable now. Maybe not. Well, we at least more than doubled the high score. That's something. Error spinning score? What? Ah, cheater. I broke the scoreboard. Damn it. So much for that. I think I did a little too good. Huh. Who'd have thunk? Captions, what are you... That's not what I said. Anyways. I broke it. You were definitely lurking. Well, surprise! I accidentally the scoreboard. Can I try back up to the main menu and checking the leaderboard? Sure, sure. Just like by like beat it back, or do you want some other? I'm not gonna touch anything. I'll let you drive this. I don't want to touch nothing until you're happy. B is fine. Here we go. Return to main menu. Let's do it. Welcome to your life in live QA. That's not the first time. This is the manyth time that I've done live QA. All right, leaderboard. Let's go. Oh no! Wait, I'm at the top. Okay, I didn't double it, but I did pretty good. Perfect. Mission failed successfully. Yeah, pretty much. I think they didn't expect me to be that good. Alright, let me take a quick break. I want to stretch my legs and hit the restroom. Yeah, I think I can get $1 million pretty easy. $1 million's probably no big deal. But not right away. Let me take a quick break, and then I'll be back. Alright. Been on close to the beginning of the stream. It's been really gratifying to see you grasp mechanics. Thanks so much for playing. Gotta grab dinner now, but I'll probably watch the rest of the VOD later. Yeah, no problem. Thanks for making this. This is cool. And thanks for the key, too. This has been surprisingly solid. You never know what to expect when you pick up a game that you've just never heard of at all, and kind of comes out of nowhere, you know. There's actually been a bunch of random games that have either come out and I didn't know they were released, or I suddenly get like, hey, you want to check out our game? And I'm like, what? What is this? You know, as much as I try to like pay attention on like Twitter or browse Steam, whatever, it's like more often than not, I feel like I miss games that I would have really enjoyed, and it's good to like have somebody hit me up. Yeah, well, it's not even just that there's noise, it's just, which there is, for sure. Not necessarily stuff just getting drowned out, it's just like stuff that just never reaches the right people who are interested, you know? This is getting started up real quick. No. I want a quick restart. Wait, can you double tap it? No. Okay. Alright. 'Tis fine. I want a quick restart. I want like a matchy restart. Like a frustrated 10th do-over super restart. Like a very quick double tap restart. Like maybe with defaults or something. That's what I want. This game is crying for that. I lost a life in the first 10 seconds. I'm doing over. I guess maybe the menu responds to the left analog stick. I always switch to D-pad for menuing. A little risky. There we go. Wow, that backswing saved me there. Kind of panicked for a second. Oh, wrong button for the... Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to rebind the throw, if I can. Am I able to? I can! Is anything else left button? No. Oh, you can do both. Perfect. Okay, I'll take that. I'll take a mash left side of the controller. It's a shame I can't turn that down a little bit. The beat effects. Guys, I think they're cool. I think they get a little bit crazy. Yeah, let's restart. Can you left analog stick? You can, okay. But yeah, I definitely feel bad, as we were talking about earlier, I feel really bad when there's like some game that I want to check out. Like, oh man, like, why did I never hear about this? Hey, Exodine. I'm gonna let more stuff come up. It's a little better. should really go for another weapon instead. That's what I should do. Something is causing the weapon to regenerate if you don't use it. I'm not sure what's going on there. That's a lot of multipliers. Holy crap. Yeah, okay, so if you're sitting at that's what it is. If you're sitting at high weapon level with a lot of charges, you can there may be the incentive to focus on rather than using like for the enemies that you can dodge really easily. Didn't do anything. For the enemies that you can dodge really easily, just focus on the stuff that gives you multiplier. There's got to be something to that. At least personally, you tried to distance yourself from any gaming avenues where you find out about games. Most of the ones that I tend to avoid, or really just not bother. I'm not like avoiding, like I'm not going out of the way to avoid them. I just never bother. But it's like it's usually like review sites and stuff. Like the majority of how I find out about games nowadays is either if it seems to be really interesting, it's like a Steam release, or usually you can get me right away with a good tweet. Like Twitter seems to be the way to go. Like Twitter is basically where you learn about random gaming tech and cool tricks and stuff, and then games that I would have never heard of. Like that one spider game that's coming out. I don't even know what Webbed, I think? Would have never heard of it, but it was somebody was like showing off some tech demo stuff for how the spider moved and how the webs worked, and I was like, oh, that's cool. And it was one of those things where you're not sure if they're showing off just a tech demo or a game, and it's on its way out. I don't know at what point in development it is, but. The super slow R2s, or not R2, you know what I mean. The not quite R2s. Maybe I should rebind them. Maybe I should bind them backwards. Yeah, the heavy attacks, which are bounds, incidentally, to R1. I might reverse that. I'm usually a fan of clickier buttons for spammier attacks, so I might do that. Yeah, it's funny. It's like normally I wouldn't be so inclined to switch so quickly, and I'd be like, oh, let me get a great score first and see if I still need it. But it's like I'm at the top of the ladder. I can do whatever I want. At the top of the ladder until the game releases, and then like 30 seconds later, someone will have like 50 million points. But I've conquered it for now. I wonder if Newtap would like this. I would think he probably would. Oh my god, yeah. Putting together, like, so breaks seem to always take out.
Have returned.
Hey, thanks for the resub, X9. Oh, I was gonna say, anytime where you can group together, even for the smaller breaks, anytime you can group together the bigger enemies, breaks seem to always kill everything in the immediate area, with the exception of like a couple of super heavy enemies. So like breaks against the bigger enemies seem to be worth it. Like bring a break, even if it's a small break, you still get a bunch of multipliers anyways. And weapons and whatever. Here we go, yeah. Oh, I hear you. I hear two of you. Little bastards. Ah, okay. Yeah, so if I'm gonna break early, I should break against these dudes. Yeah. Get the multiplier up sooner. Otherwise, wait. That seems to be the way to go. Like, only break against either the heavier enemies or groups of smaller ones. Is probably a good rule to follow. Well, at the very least, it got the high score. So that's something, right? I'm not liking batting these guys away too much, though. You need to catch up to them, get their weapons and stuff. That's a good one. Okay, every weapon level upgrade also gives you your... It takes longer to break, that's what it is. Every weapon will refill it, and it takes longer to break afterwards. Okay. So that's usable too. Oh, I just keep forgetting about those guys. That's how they get you too. They're trying to get you to do that, where you immediately go in to pick up your spoils and get hit by the delayed explosion. Early spear is really nice though. I hope we get to keep this for a bit. Oh, one thing I heard of, which is kind of rare, is I'll have to double check this because maybe I misheard this. So take this with a grain of salt. I may have misheard this. I could swear that I had heard that there might have been shared leaderboards between Switch and PC. That'll be interesting to see. Like, one is, it'll be nice to be able to compete against your own, if that is the case, and I'm not super sure. I feel like I've misheard this. Was it this game that had it? I could swear that I heard that, but maybe I'm wrong. It just doesn't sound like I heard that correct. Well, I think it comes down to, like, how do you represent the player? Oh, maybe it wasn't this game that had that. Somebody mentioned that for some game recently. I thought it was this game. Yeah, coding it is the same way that like cross-platform games. Like it's not difficult to do cross-platform between. Well, the connectivity from client to server for multiplayer games is not the hardest thing in the world to do between platforms. Usually, it ends up being things like supporting. For example, let's say you had a Switch and a Nintendo, or a Switch and an Xbox game or whatever, right? Typically, you want to have some sort of shared, account service of some sort. So I might not be hearing this wrong. Yeah, authentication is the biggest thing. Like identity and authentication. I'm gonna Google this real quick and see if I heard this right. I don't care about Ghost Recon. You're killing me. I have to do a search to get rid of both Ghost Recon and Tom Clancy to find what I'm looking for. Let me see. Global leaderboards. Huh, I don't know. Maybe I misheard that. Leaderboard would be Company X, and you register your Switch team, whatever account. Maybe? Maybe they just mark what system you're on, and then it's like, you're not playing with the other person, so it doesn't really matter, I guess, right? Yeah, I have one place I can take a look to double check. I just feel like I heard this. Yeah, if you list them by platform, it will be really easy. Let me double check. If this seems I really could swear I heard this. Here's No, I'm not sure it's a cross-platform leaderboard then. I don't know. Quick search. No. Maybe they don't have it then. But I could swear I remember reading that about some game recently. I thought it was this one. I know it was a game I heard about recently. Hold on, I'm untangling my controller because somehow, in the span of about 15 seconds, the cable got everywhere. Let's restart. Super simple, name and score. The name is as simple as you were thinking. Well, plus you have to do, depending on, like, for example, if the platform holder wants you to connect in a certain way. So, you know, Nintendo or Steam or whoever. Who was talking about that? I cannot remember who. Somebody had mentioned that, and it piqued my interest because it was such a strange thing to hear. Because normally platform holders are really reserved about that sort of stuff. Yeah, normally, especially Sony does not. Sony is not a fan of letting you connect to anything. And, you know, it's because they're currently at the top of things, with the potential exception of this upcoming next-gen setup. Close. Almost took that hit. But Nintendo and Microsoft, yeah, have been a lot more open to connecting with, like, you know, the whole Rocket League thing. I mean, that's, you know, they've been more open to. Well, that was something else. That was some dodging. They've been a lot more open to interoperability. There we go. Get that max charge. Kinda thinking Spear's probably my favorite weapon. It's got just enough spread to work with. don't mind taking an extra sword, though. Ah, okay, good. Want to make sure we get a screen wipe. Good. Ah, I didn't see you. You're doing really good there for a minute there. So there is at least some benefit then to hiding in a corner a little bit. Ah, you're killing me. Sony has been getting a bit better though with interoperability. Pronunciation or not, they have been getting better. Okay, I'm getting a much better idea of when and where to throw. That was fortunate. Oh, you little bastards, get out of here. Shit, they're right there too. I can just stop just jumping right onto these things after breaking. Doesn't clear projectiles too, so yeah. Gotta be careful. We'll screen wipe. Okay. Pretty good, though. Do any friends of mine play this? No. Okay. Personal leaderboard. There we go. Didn't occur to me to check. Not really interested in breaking right away. I just want to get another one of the bigger multiplier enemies out of the way. This is actually a pretty good spawn of these things. It's kind of really nice that you have a lingering hitbox with your attacks. Like, there's a bit of maneuvering you can do depending on how you aim at the end of it. Plus, against some of the smaller enemies, depending on where you put the hammer, you can use it as a shield. I don't know how to do it very well. Like, you almost want to like start swing and then turn at a 90-degree angle at the beginning, and you get it in front of you for a bit. I want a different weapon though. Like, hammer makes me nervous. It's strong, but I'm no good with it. Especially with like a lot of these rune dudes, yeah. Hammer, I feel like hammer's probably not a great weapon at the very beginning. Well, very beginning, it's alright. Like, a few minutes in, when the bigger enemies start showing up, or when you start getting swarmed, I guess. Which is like after the first tier of bigger enemies comes up. Like, axe right into dagger is quite nice. Oh, there's that hammer again. Gotta get another weapon. Yeah, that's exactly where I don't want to have it. Maybe there's just maybe there's some benefit to playing like super safe at that point. Like, no room for being aggressive. Just sit and wait for a good break against an enemy, and just dodge in the meantime. I'm actually I'm gonna wait this one out. Ah, I took the hammer again, no! I need to get rid of this. Not fighting chunky enough enemies to use this. I do want to hit one of the shield dudes with it, though. I want to see how that goes. I really bet there's something to it. Here we go. Another weapon? Here we go. Ah, did I get it? I got it. I saw it blinking for a second, and I was like, wait a second, did I not touch it? Yeah, now I can kind of wait a little bit. Okay, I should wait. Okay, so there is a bit of a recovery strategy here. Kind of seeing. If you're not getting swarms, it seems to be better to break over and over again on the bigger enemies. Ah, piece of garbage. Yeah, like even later on, it's better to pop on the bigger enemies over and over again. Because if you have a lighter weapon, you could just break it over and over again, which gets the bigger guys out of the way. Definitely feeling that. Yeah, and you keep leveling up your weapon against the waves of the smaller ones. And you basically, you break it a little bit, you repair it, you break it a little bit, repair it. And that seems to be part of the loop here. Yeah, now I have to wait. Because I have a pretty big charge. Not like a screen wipe. Yeah, but I get back to where I was, and the weapon is about to get to the next level again. Alright. Yeah, there we go. Now it's repaired again, and I keep going. I don't even know what the best possible approach for this is going to be. I thought I had popped that one. Okay, it's fine. Alright, Tabby, have a good one. There we go, see? Now that I've got that, I can wait a little bit if I want. And this is somewhat repeatable. The tricky part is getting the rhythm right. Two of these dudes. Okay. Now that I'm adjusting to it, I just got to get that rhythm figured out. This is where I'm roughly ready to wait. Let this fill up a little bit. Yeah. I think the axe is fine. let it get busy again. Such a bummer that I didn't have the axe there. You guys, these shielded dudes. I keep forgetting about those. It has a sound too. Some part of me is so greedy. Yeah, that's the end of that run, I think. But yeah, next time, if I can get like daggers or spear at that point, then you can just chase down some of the bigger enemies and just break on them over and over again. That's got to be the way to do it. I'll let it build up a bit. Oh right, I had the next charge, right? I have to break the weapon first. Right. Ah, I didn't see you. I kind of feel like maybe I might want to turn down the pulsing and stuff. Any screen shaky type effect, I tend to don't really want to disable. If you could make that only occur for the UI, I'd probably really want that. Here we go. This seems like it's a good start. Oh, come on! I want to go down. You're killing me. I think I probably, before I get my first death, I think I want to hit at least 100,000. I'm probably going to take a little bit more casual of approach early on too. Just like, don't worry about breaking. Like, don't spend as much time grouping enemies together, and more so focus, I think, on like multiplier and just like going after the big dudes. And like weapon cycling and stuff too, because with that at least you get you tend to get more charge quicker anyways. And that's kind of the target early on. Don't want the hammer yet. What? Ah, you killing me. Yeah, let me go ahead and turn off the pulsing. Can you? Okay, I was gonna say. If you could change it to be only on the UI, I think that might be better for me. Glad it's a setting though. I think I might turn off screen shake as well. Yeah, I'm gonna do that now. Here we go. There's a weapon I want. I think I have the habit of moving forward when I attack, even when I'm right there. It's a Dark Souls player mistake. That was the reason why I got so good at parrying people. Players have movement cues when they attack. That was like a sixth sense almost. But players move very specifically in a way that I can't elaborate in words, but I can always spot it. There's always a movement change. Usually they'll interrupt something that they do normally that's consistent. Apparently that's how martial arts work physically? I can see that. I mean, everyone's got their tells, I guess, right? I think that was kind of why it was hard to predict when I was attacking, because usually I would tend to create scenarios where I didn't have an aggressive outward presentation when I was attacking people in Dark Souls in PvP. And I think that threw a lot of people off. Like, you would hit people, like, Absolver was the same way. Like, very passive footsies almost. Very hard to read. I go for a lot of early breaks, I think. Keep the rabble down. The big dudes who show up. This might be like a slower, safer strategy, maybe. Oh, give me my dagger. Ah, you're killing me. Yeah, dagger and spear are the weapons that I want, like, all the time. I will take them above, like, everything else. Hammer, I feel like I'm going to want to use later, or with a very high charge. But, like, if I've got no charge early in the game, I don't think I ever want hammer. I suppose if I was a newer player and like had difficulty dodging and I just want to push stuff away, or if I'm sitting in a corner, maybe then like maybe there's a massive strategic preference where it starts to come into play. It's hard to say. Oh, come on. I'm focusing so much. So what I was hoping I could do is clump up the charging these dudes, whatever these things are called, and get a break on them. Some of the, like, so it's interesting how, like, there's a really good, like, risk-reward balance in this game, and the skill ceiling for it's gonna be so high. But I can certainly feel like, man, like, if I could just make it work. Like, instant multi-million score. Just gotta get that rhythm going. You gotta practice to get that really good, that balance of, like, ridiculous greed. Yeah. So yeah, we'll try to get in the middle and get the big swing up. Gonna go for early breaks. Oh wow. I do feel like a more patient strategy is quicker for multiplayer, though. So it's like, what's my target here? It's kind of one of those marks of like good design. Of like, if you have a bunch of seemingly viable options and you can't pick between them, but it doesn't feel overwhelming, that's usually like the good balance you want to be in. Interesting how this break setup kind of, you know how in a lot of games they kind of have a bomb cache in, and that's how you get your like big amounts of score. I kind of feel like the break is basically your bomb cache in. Yeah, I have to wait. I have to sit through and wait and pay attention because I just popped a bunch of these dudes. Watch and wait. Be worried. Careful. There's another one. Where is he? There you are. Oh, he was right under him. Okay. I think I'm gonna keep going. I want to see how far I can push this. No hammer yet. Oh, I'm so glad they can't shield each other. That could have been like you had to pick one or something. Or what could be really nasty, but would make a lot of sense, is if the shielding enemies can shield each other, but you have to keep attacking them to push them out of the radius of one or the other. Ah, that would be devious. Like, I don't know if it would ever be sustainable in the long run, in case you can cover the entire screen with shields. But that would be super nasty. That would be a really nasty way to handle it. Because most games are like, nah, shielded enemies can't shield other shielded enemies. But, you know, could just be really devious about it. Oh no, hammer, no! No, I'm on like the worst spot to have hammer. Shoo. Need like a big chunky enemy first. Me another weapon? No, I'm still stuck with the hammer. I'm not good with this thing. It's killing me. There we go. Spear. I feel like I hear another one. I think the enemies that try to, the enemies that just spin and shoot, I think they stop firing if you hit them. I think you can interrupt them. Some sort of stun's going on. Not super clear on what that's all about. Careful. There we go. I'll gladly re-break over and over again for this. This is fun. I don't know why I'm diving back into the mess. Doesn't seem like the smartest idea. Well, we're in a panic loop, but it's working. spear is working so well here. As I almost missed and get dunked. These are easy enough to dodge. Oh, quick dude though, on the other hand, I don't know. It's interesting how the sound for those scenes, yeah, that's what the sound is. The sounds are really unique. I'm glad that they're as unique as they are, because man, otherwise, I don't know. Oh, I should have thrown it. That's where the throw's coming in. I hit the wrong button. I meant to do the quicker attack. Okay, so throwing needs to happen more often, 100%. Yeah, I maybe could have thrown there. Still good, though. What? Oh, you're killing me. Get out of here. Well, I said it would be real quick. I guess someone saw it and it was like, nah. I'm gonna get in there and grind real quick. Yeah, I definitely think there is some, like, runaway explosive score growth. And it just comes down to, like, where, how do you get it moving and what's the best way to sustain it? Because I don't think it's, like, a super linear, like, endurance trial. I think it is, like, figure out, get into a position that is super favorable, and then just milk it. And it just stacks. I'm trying to think of how many, so if you could throw to break, how many enemies do I need to throw into in order to break? And I think it may not be that many. I think it might be, so it might be literally one enemy per tick. I don't think there's any weird modified special behavior for it. I think it's just as simple as that. Hey, Biosm. Or Stick, I should say. You're not changing your name. It's gonna be really hard to remember Stick. Yeah, okay, so it's that many, it's as many enemies as you hit in the throw. Which means you can repeat it. Yeah, you can repeat break. Because you don't want to do branding? Well, that's why I've stuck with this name for so long. Yeah, you can repeat break against waves. Okay, so if you don't have a very fast weapon, that's where you can make hammer work. This is repeat throw. I didn't get it. Yeah, I missed. Didn't hit at least 2 enemies. I need a level 1 charge. I literally hit it. Bio B10 live? You couldn't get Bio live? Well, I guess if you're doing B10 for the number. I chose a very simple spelling and I was lucky enough to get a 6-character domain name in whatever, 2017, 20 something. Yeah, okay. So you just gotta throw it really well. If those gotta be good. Is that because of the Resident Evil biohazard? Okay, now I feel like I finally understand throw strats. Yeah, this game has a lot of depth. I wasn't sure what to expect. Like, I didn't see it coming. There's a lot of score depth in this game. I knew he was coming, I couldn't do anything about it though. Oh, there goes an axe. Yeah, I think a lot of people stuck with their original gamer tags. Mine's close to mine. My initial gamer tag was Mercenary Jerp, and then it became Jerp Does Games. And then I was like, wait a second, there's .tv TLDs, and that makes a lot of sense. And then I was like, wait a second, is there a really short one? Because if there is, I'm taking it. That was a waste. It's like, 2 enemies are not lined up in front of me, what am I doing? At least tier 1 charge is really easy to get and really easy to break. So there could be a big weapon strategy and a throw small weapon strategy in this. And they could potentially be similarly viable. It's interesting to think about. Or hammer and throw hammer because hammer bad. It's hard to use. It's not bad. It's good against certain enemies. I think it's good against the enemies with shields. It's good against any big, like, tough enemy. Just, man, it's so hard to use against the swarms. I missed. Well, there was nothing there to miss. Be another one of those Tron missiles showing up soon, I'm sure. Trying to blow up the... so part of my throws, I'm trying to get well-timed and well-positioned throws against the like bigger multiplier enemies. The one I just passed by right over there that I should have done something about. There you are, you bastards. Now I just want more enemies to spawn for a bit. Oh crap, the moment I go to create the chat. You would love Stick, but honestly it's only the Absolver community you're gonna stick in. Yeah, you did seem to be more of a variety streamer than it seems like many of the other streamers who are doing Absolver. Where it's like, that's all we play, and that's, you know, people get into that bubble, and if it gets very echo chambery. But it's not healthy as a streamer anyways, to stream just one game and do, you know, that's all you ever do. You used to only play Absolver? Yeah, like for me it's like, I started at probably the first game that I streamed was probably, I would think maybe, possibly Savage 2, or, I don't know, probably, because I didn't have a capture card right away. I had to miss. Shoot, get. And then, so Mega Man 9, Final Fantasy X, SMT3, like those are some of my Monster Hunter, PSP Monster Hunter with the cable for it. Actually, you know what? I can't remember if I streamed first with the cable or with You used to be able to basically do like a USB capture on the, you know, on the PSP. You had to have like a modded PSP to do it. But I'm trying to remember if I did Monster Hunter first via that or via the capture cable, like the regular composite out. I don't even know if it was component or S-Video or what. No, it was component. No. I started this video and ended component, and I also went through a really shoddy cable that fell apart on me real quick because it was a piece of garbage. You're doing Amnesia on Spooktober? I'm probably doing Darkwood. I think that's going to be the game for me. This could be my Halloween game. Hey, streamer, you wish you were a streamer? You have a computer and time, mostly time? Because you can make it work. Oh, give me the spear. Oh, I'm so glad I didn't bump into these dudes. Spear back. I do not want the hammer. You can hold on to that. Too moody about games to be a streamer? Isn't that exactly what you need to be about games to be a streamer? Or, I mean, you know, look at Peeve. If you can choose something and start it up, even if you don't finish it, if you can start a stream, that's probably more important than finishing any particular games. I hit nothing. I only hit one dude. That'll work. Yeah, throw strats are where it's at. Ah! Missile, get you! Get out of here, Tron missile. My nemesis. There was a really nasty enemy in Geometry Wars that was like that. Really fast, chasey enemy. What? I didn't get the break off of that? I got robbed. Yeah, that was a good time for a break. Where's the chasey blue dude? There you are. Ah, there it is. I keep jumping into that. Every Peeve stream you've ever watched has been AFK for hours. Peeve loves his breaks. I would say, overall, it would be healthy. It's just I never seem to be able to catch him actually playing anything. Well, definitely not an high score here, unless I get super lucky. Yep. Alright. Let me just accidentally L2. No. If I had Peeve's viewership and then they stuck around during the breaks, I would probably take longer breaks. Well, if I was full-time streaming, I would as well. It's kind of I think the biggest thing. You stream for 12 hours a day? Yeah, yeah. At completely random intervals and stuff, too. Me and Brandon are the only Soul Brand I like. I actually don't... I'm not part of Soul Brand anymore. I left a while ago and nobody noticed. Yeah. I said it more than once. I don't fit. It seems to be a really weird label to adopt when I don't fit in. Hey, Coinzer. Surprisingly good. I expected it to be interesting and I wasn't sure if it would hold me as long as it did. As it still is. But it's really well thought out. Do you know what the teams do? Almost nothing. Which is part of why I like... I think the team system on Twitch is more like putting a face to what already exists, and if it doesn't, then there's no point. And that was why I left Soulbrand. Because there's no, you know, I don't have any real association with these people anymore. I barely ever did. You know, they never, like, even though I've been open in the past to, like, playing games with them, hanging out, whatever, almost never. There's no connection, you know? Why should I be a third wheel just chilling off to the side doing nothing? So okay, you know what? I will have an opening real soon, like coming up by this weekend. Finds me a Guardian Legend, you know what I mean. Because I don't know if I have a Guardian Legend on me. And, this weekend, we will Guardian Legend. You better be there, because otherwise I'll be doing it anyways. No, put me down for this weekend. Put me down for like a Saturday afternoon or a Saturday night. Pretty sure I have nothing else on the docket. Quite as quick as I want with this thing. Oh, I don't want the hammer. Take the swords, the daggers, though. I'll take it. Well, I do want to play Guardian Legend, I just keep forgetting about it, because I have like a 5-second memory. I know it. I just don't have the game on me right now. Is it by any chance on the Switch, NES service, whatever they call it? It's not Virtual Console. That was a mistake. Oh my god. Never mind, we're fine. Screw this map. Everybody gets explored. Wow, that's a lot of multipliers. Holy crap. Yeah, they're trying to swarm me out now that I got the spear out. No. Get shoot. None of that. There's two students and warriors, at least one more. Oh, I'm so glad I broke at that point. Oh, the throw is paying off here. Okay. There's at least one more. Oh, pop them. Pop both of them. Okay, perfect. I'll take daggers. Daggers are fine. Or more spear. Well, the axe though. Keep these things on screen if I see them. I didn't pop. Good. One over there is one on the other side. Okay. You bastards. Okay. At least the screen was full. I got a maxed out weapon out of it. Blue dudes floating around. Don't care about these. Just need to dodge. think there's more of these spawning, yeah. These things seem to always spawn in pairs, at least. Ah, yeah, see? The blue dude finally gets me. Okay. I think I have time for like one more run, I think. Retro section has good exposure for what? For Guardian Legend? For my stream? For this particular stream, or what do you mean? Because retro as a cat. So the funny thing about retro is that retro is not actually a. What? I'm missing something. Clearly, I'm missing something. Am I sitting in retro right now by accident? I should be on the category for Breakpoint. Well, I don't understand what I missed. What did I miss? The retro category on Twitch is not even a valid category. There was a game at some point called Retro. I had never heard of this before, and that's the box art for the game called Retro. Axe is fine. A little confused by this conversation. I have no clue what True we're just talking about. I love retro games. Playing in that section gives you exposure. Oh, Twitch doesn't like that. If the game actually has a category, Twitch tends to not like it. They sort of tolerate it, I guess, but it's like they prefer against it. Hey, Baka. You don't seem to care? I mean, yeah, Twitch's enforcement for any of their rules is not super great. Oh! Okay. So, the missiles aren't just leaving a trail. The trail blocks you like in Tron, so you gotta be really careful about those missiles. They're like some of the nastier enemies I've seen in any game like this. I don't want to pop. I want to get a screen wipe to get those bomb enemies out of the way, but I'm not gonna get it. I guess you can use repeat throws as a makeshift range weapon just to not be next to those things when they pop. I guess that makes sense. Hey, Murdy. There's a screen wipe. How's the day treating me? Good so far. Had a pretty good day at work. I had cleared my work, like my entire plate of stuff, which doesn't really mean much. It's just the current workload, not that there isn't like an infinite deluge of stuff to work on. I was avoiding one into the other. So over the weekend I cleared my plate, and then I cleared my plate again today with there was a workload that was handed to me that luckily is easy to do in bulk. So they were happy about that. Yeah, you can repeat break just from yeah. That's what it is, from repeat throws. There we go, yeah. That's a strat. That is a strat right there. If the screen is getting really cluttered, just go for it. Don't you know where there's the blue dude? Shoot. Why does that sound so familiar? The sound for the chasey blue dude. Yeah, but the higher levels mean that you can throw it further into a crowd. But the higher level weapons are better to use regular attacks with anyway, so it's like the balance for all this is really good. Like, a lot of this kind of just plays. There's a lot of interplay between what you want to do. I'm surprised it works as well as it does, honestly. Yeah, easy breaks. The only thing you gotta worry about is getting your weapon charged again. Ah, you bastard. I was hoping I could throw soon enough. I wanted to find a good spot to throw to get a full screen clear. I couldn't get it. Oh man, so normally Axe, I wouldn't want that late, but the max charge axe and throwing the axe is really nice. Yeah, that wasn't enough. I'm gonna actually restart. Yeah, there's a lot of layers of this that are just like kind of really neat. I didn't expect it. And I like, it's so difficult for me to figure out what the best strategy is for this. Like, how do I want to go forward? Lots more throws, 100%. That's going to be one of them. Throws into waves is a big one, at any level. Because throws into waves always pay off, especially against the green guys. Always more than your input. So you don't do that. Oh no. I need to choose the axe. The hammer? Not the axe. I was fine to stay with the axe. I can make this thing work now. It's a little tougher. Spear strong attack damage is surprisingly high. Did not get a break on that, huh? Oh, that was close. Lots of multipliers out of that, though. Full max tier weapon, which means next time I do a break, it will clear out the screen. Kind of what you're usually waiting for, honestly. I didn't get my full break. No. Do not. I will sit here and break as much as I need to. Oh, breaking will pop the shields. I think the shielded dude isn't shielded even in their own shield. In their own, like... I don't know how to explain it. Their own bubble doesn't protect them. Like, you can attack into it really easy. So if you do a full screen break, you'll still pop it. Didn't pop. Higher multipliers, very nice. Don't see a blue dude yet, there you are. Close. I just couldn't, like, I needed to go forward and I just couldn't bring it. Well, at least the bigger multipliers are easier to get now, so... Oh, if you hit the missile with a, that's a nice achievement to have. Didn't get it. Yeah, that throw saved me. Did not want max. The throws are doing it. Throws are making this. Throws are making this work. Alright, blue guy, you win. You win. Whew. Alright, well I had number 1 for a bit. I'm gonna go ahead and hit the main menu. Oh, that was good though, man. Like, scoring in this game is crazy cool. Oh, you know what? While we're here, let's test out the feature that I should be paying attention to. Alright, how is this player? How do they go? I wonder if they're playing with keyboard. Oh, what? There's forward and back? Hold on a sec. What is this? Hold on. X, B, and A. Slow it down, speed it up. There's pause. Okay, there's just no, there's no rewind, which is... I've worked on 3 games with replay rewind. It's so incredibly rare to being able to scrub through. Yeah, this feature is surprisingly rare. But it's a great one to have, especially for games like this. There's no replay scrubbing, but that's extremely rare, even for games that have replays at all. I remember when I was working on, anywhere between Savage 2 and Heroes of the Earth and Strife, which all of them are the same engine, they all have the same replay system, more or less, at its core, where you have a lot of like snapshots that you're scrubbing through forward and back. For a while, that was a complaint with League of Legends, because I don't think, they may have it now, but they didn't have it for a while, and it was a big complaint that the replay system was, I think it was either non-existent for a while, and then really rough afterwards. And that was like a point of pride that we had that. Hold on, I want to restart this from scratch. Can I restart? Oh, it's not restarting the replay, okay. I want to restart the replay. Just to get a beat of what I'm looking at. So, okay, so a bunch of stuff spawns, they're sitting around, they're leading, I guess, to get... Yeah, this was a strategy that I had initially on the way in. Of like, oh, well, maybe I just wait for bigger breaks. Maybe that gets the game moving faster. Wonder... Yeah, going for the R2s to get a bigger charge quicker. Yeah. Don't understand that break, though. You could have waited longer. Maybe it's not as important. I'm seeing a lot of R2s, though. Or a lot of heavy attacks, not R2s. There are ones in this game. A lot of heavy attacks. Probably trying to maximize the amount of charge you get per swing. That's hard to say, though, because there's a bit of a weird balance with that, where you have to kill twice as many enemies to make it worth it if you're trying to farm charge with the R2s. So maybe they're just going for range, just to not accidentally tap one of these dudes. I wonder if they stick with the daggers the entire way through. They're such a comfortable weapon to use for a lot of the, especially if you're throwing. You just sweep all the smaller dudes, you throw into the bigger dudes. And the spear is very similar. Plus daggers are good for getting, they seem to be better for getting, it's hard to say, for getting more charge. As I'm watching this a little bit, like some of the slowdown moments, and I'm not like doing this for me. Oh, that was early. What? You get 1,000,000 points and you die that early? Okay. So I guess you could. Maybe it's that you want to get the game moving further, and it doesn't matter if you die early. I mean, considering your multiplier is like really 1 life per multiplier, and then you're resetting it, like you just need 1 good life, I guess. They did the thing of charging into the crowd and throwing. I need to pay more attention to that. I'm seeing lots of like ringing around the crowd and then breaking like as late as possible. I'm trying to figure out if there's any sort of weird the way that the weapons animate has this very like squash and stretch kind of feel to it. I don't know if they're just doing a simple transform, or they're doing any weird simple. Yeah, it looks like they're animating just a little bit, not just doing like a squash and stretch. It's hard to say. The weapons look really, really good in slow motion. They've got good movement to them. I guess I could just slow down the replay. Yeah, very, very lucky breaks, especially with a spear. Okay, so not focusing on waiting too much. Maybe they're focusing on just keeping the screen clear and worrying about getting multiplier first. Like, they're definitely, that seems to be a big focus so far. But just like seek out all the enemies, the relatively like medium-sized enemies. Are they doing anything about the shield dudes? A break could probably get the shield, unless I want to see them explicitly go for the hammer and pop a shield, because that moment never hit for me. Yeah, I think multiplier is bigger than break right now for this guy. Just build multiplier over and over again. Yeah. So maybe break should be used more like a panic button and not like play as much around it. Okay, focusing on, so noticing they're not picking up any of the other weapons. Maybe spear is their target. Maybe that's why they're spamming it so much too, because spear is probably better to break. Like, just let it break on its own. Don't focus on preserving it. I've not seen much throws, though. I don't know if I'm the only person who is seeing that. I don't know if I've seen a throw. Have I seen? Have you? You said they did one throw. I've been like looking for throws. Maybe they're doing really short range throws that I'm not noticing. Multiplier just keep going though. More than one early game for the first. Okay, that's why I wasn't looking until then. I was mostly looking to see like what enemies they were focusing on and whether they were leaving. Were they leaving everything alone so that it build up, or just clearing it out ASAP? It seems their strategy is to clear it out. Because I would have let those dudes like I would have let as many of the sort of mine, like quad mine dudes stay alive as possible. Because I'd rather break than have them pop in the middle of what I'm doing. Those dark red order dudes. There needs to be like an enemy list. Yeah. 97, yeah. They got very high multipliers real quick. Okay. Linger hitbox in that is really working in their favor. Okay, so it doesn't matter if those dudes are shields, shielded or not. The shielded enemies, I think, I must die first. Or break goes through shields. Yeah, notice their scores is going out of control now, yeah. Okay, so just and considering each of these is just one at a time, and it doesn't seem to be any, it doesn't seem to take any longer to get like each enemy isn't stingier and stingier as you go with multipliers, right? It seems very feasible then to just sit there and just hunt out as best as you can, one at a time, each of these bigger enemies that gives you higher multiplier. This is gonna be like a lost an entire day on a weekend kind of thing for me, I think. I remember grinding out Resogun and getting on the top of the ladder for that. It'll be a very quiet stream because people tend to not be into, minimalistic vector retro games, but it's well thought out regardless. Third light's gonna be no points. Yeah, what I saw is that late in the it becomes very difficult to sustain late on. So maybe they got a point where they died, and then those missile dudes, those Tron missiles, are still there. Or maybe they died, and a bunch of those mine dudes were there, and they just missed a bullet somewhere on respawn. Yeah, 167 already. So yeah, it's definitely runaway scores. It just the shield dudes are getting them. You can break them, yeah. Where's the culprit? What's the hit? What's gonna doom this player? It's missiles. It's got to be missiles. Yeah, I don't know. It feels like it's got to be missiles. Oh, what? A green dude? Are you kidding? Hold on. I can't reverse the replay. One of the green dudes. Just a random hit. Yeah. And then another... What's the blue dude? Little chasey blue dudes. He's trying to get his multiplier back. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay, yeah, it was a panic recovery. 497 seconds. Watching the timer like this, has got some Devil Daggers vibes. You know how like you randomly are looking at like so Devil Daggers got released, right? And then people were like, "Oh my god, I can barely survive 50 seconds of this game." And then somebody is like, "Oh man, I got like a minute and a half." And then like, you know, a couple of days later, somebody posts 800 seconds. You're like, "What?" And like nobody even knows what to expect with Devil Daggers at 800 seconds, right? And like it gets like Devil Daggers is super Eldritch Horror, like intense, but the game is like melting crazy at that point. And seeing times and how difficult it is to get times in this game so far, like longer times and bigger scores, it's interesting to see seeing that in this game as well.